Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lehi, and I am so very happy that you're here with me in this week's episode of Be One, Be You. When you can't open your heart. What does that really mean? We're talking about your energetic or etheric heart. Your etheric energies are the duplication, the replication of your emotional self. The heart center is in the upper part of your chest, right through the center of your rib cage, up above, where the point between your nipples are, whether you're man or woman, and close your eyes for a moment and imagine a very large diamond shining brightly in your upper chest. To find it, what you can look for is a spark of light, a flicker. And place your focus, meaning your attention, you're just putting your attention onto the spark to invite it inwardly to reveal its brilliant light to you. Your heart center is a portal into the inner dimensions of you. You are not separate from the universe. You are not separate from the galaxy and the infinite divine intelligence that exists. How you think from moment to moment, the thoughts that we allow to move through us and make real, creates our life. Most of us go through a period of awakening, of realizing that we judge what's coming from our heart and we don't listen. We shut it down. Your heart is always trying to take care of your life. And we can get into such a doing mode and an inauthentic approach to listening to what we have to do next, trying to, in our head, plan our day so there is no room to even pay attention if our heart says, hey, you're missing something, pay attention. Your appointment is at such and such a time, not another time that your head thought it was. When you can't open your heart, it means that there's old hurt inside that hasn't been resolved. Maybe it's the hurt from when your partner walked out the door into the relationship with you. The day that you realized that your mother didn't have the attention for you and you could never really get that kind of loving attention. Or maybe the day you realized your mother lived through you and it was just too much because your feelings, your heart center needed to be the guiding light for your life. The list goes on. Perhaps you closed your heart to yourself when you compared yourself to someone else, but you really wanted to succeed with a certain endeavor, but you wouldn't let yourself. Maybe you closed your heart to yourself a day when you knew you'd have to cross a bridge and let go of your own identity of yourself, and that was too scary. And there was no one there to mentor you or guide you or hold your hand. Maybe you wanted to have a natural home birth and things didn't work out. Your cervix didn't dilate in the timing that you needed for it to be a safe birth, and you ended up in the hospital. And that was different than your plan. Our hearts close as a protection. Our heart center has an energetic configuration around it. When it's closed, it looks like and feels like a wall. If your partner has ever said to you, a present or past partner has said to you, just show up, get present. Why aren't you hearing me? Perhaps you've been in an experience where you have been asked to make a commitment to a relationship, but you just can't. It doesn't flow naturally. Perhaps the light inside goes off and you don't feel like doing much of anything. And there's a sense of separation and aloneness that's happening, and you don't know what to do. How do you reopen? How do you find the key to the door inside of you? The key is your desire to be connected to love is what brings you through the door of your own separation. And that separation creates your own perceptions and thoughts about how things really are or were. Most challenging thing in the world is to open up our heart to ourselves. It's way easier to close it to somebody else. It gives us power, gives us control. It gives us the ability to put the brake on of our life. Each time that you say yes to you, to your heart, you are choosing to cross a huge chasm of pain. And the pain isn't who you are. The pain is there because you had to separate from who you are. And to open up your heart doesn't mean you're opening up to another person's perspective or how they want you to do something. Opening up your heart is listening to your own truth. And the first step to really connect to your inner truth is through your lower belly, your second power point center, also known as your dantian, your second chakra. It's your personal power, sexual power, and creative source within, inside your body. So to really be able to open up your heart, you have to be clear in your lower belly of your feelings. So you have to take that time to sit and write. It really is the fastest way and really works very efficiently so that you can explore through asking the part of yourself who hasn't felt safe enough to come forth and needs you to close your heart to keep it safe. You want to speak to that part of you. You want to find out why he or she decided to stay underground, to not emerge, to not show up. Each time that you choose to say yes and show up to you, what happens is that there's a flow of energy, and it gives you the confidence to have a glimpse that there's more to you and about you than the you who shuts down in order to accomplish what they need to do, which might be to shut other people out, stay in control. That feeling of power from manipulating and keep another person at distance is a huge rush of power. You want to ask that part of yourself that's been hiding underneath that closed heart what originally caused them, made them to decide to ask you to shut the door. What happened? What did you do? You instantaneously chose to show up to protect and take care of yourself because that's who you are. That's how we all show up for ourselves. That's being human. And then we have to get to the point of going, wow, if I really want greater love in my life, I've got to unlock this door. I've got to show up. I've got to make a difference for me and to be fair to the situation or the person that I'm involved in. And yes, it's really important and part of the process to understand and to know which one of your parents at an earlier age caused you to shut your heart to them and to yourself. And if you're fortunate and blessed to have had both parents fully support you in being you, it's a way easier soaring experience into your unfolding life of greater happiness. To take off the lid of the pot, the kettle within you that has all the ingredients for being and feeling in your greatness. All those ingredients are right there. Those ingredients are what make you you. You work at your timing, your flow. And there's a flow with the mind telling you what to do, and then there's a flow with the heart. And what we're here to work into is the integration, the connection of your mind and your heart, so that your mind and your heart work together with your lower belly. And that is a perfect alignment for being in the moment, accessing and mending your past, learning from your past, not shutting down to it, but learning what you need to do differently by making a new choice. And through loving yourself, you're able to shift from closing your heart in order to micromanage your life, keep your mind really engaged and busy, and also avoid your own inner knowingness. Because your inner knowingness comes from that trio connection with inside of yourself. You are meant to be aware of being open and closed. Some of my favorite flowers are flowers that open with the sun and close when the sun goes down. And they're mirroring back to me, opening to the light, and then moving inward in order to be with that deeper silence and the void where all creation is. A void isn't necessarily where nothing exists. It is the cosmic landscape where a spark of imagination, a spark of thought, a spark of creation happens in you. And when you go into that deep space of stillness and just still everything and be with the light in your heart, it begins to illuminate you into the next phase of your evolution. And it also gives you the opportunity to naturally let go of what doesn't work for you. So as you write and you take the time this week just to give yourself that space and to begin with the question, why do I close my heart? What does that do for me? How can I show up for the part of me that doesn't want to come out? That third question with the answer takes you into the uncomfortable zone because it's way easier to want to hide and not come out. You are making a new vow with you to take super good care of yourself so that you can come forth and show up and take those risks in a relationship that have to do with presence, showing up, listening more, sharing your own heart to hold the heart of the partner in your life, the person who you would like to be a partner in your life, and to, most of all, hold the space open for the love that is inside of your heart. We have to get comfortable with the love that is inside of our own heart and make that our go-to place. Have that as our identity, as being the source of who we are. Are you willing to grow each day? Are you willing to look at the spark of light that is your life energy, support you to not bypass yourself? And wow, is it easy in the digital age to be so ultra dependent upon our calendar and our phone and our to-do list, but to skip over the presence that we really need with ourself. You can just choose to be exactly where you are and choose to be with yourself and to direct your attention how and where you want to. And that is a mastery path so that your heart can be nurtured and you'll come to see and realize that you draw people into your life and situations who really want to love you more as you are choosing to honor the pain in your heart and learn how to not identify yourself with that pain, but actually take a interconnected relationship stand where you are discovering the cause of the pain and you are loving the pain and you are holding the pain and you are saying, wow, I'm not going to live my life anymore from a perspective of living in this pain. I ask the infinite source to receive it from me because I'm going to give it to you after I realize how it got here. Because you are a giver and a receiver, and forgiving has to do with giving yourself and others the opportunity to grow, whether they are deceased and you're holding that space for their future evolution, or they're still in the body, but you create your human boundaries saying, no, I'm not interacting with this. It hurt too much. It caused me too much pain. And this gives you the opportunity to open your heart to you so that you can open your heart and begin to see from your inner mind, your inner eye, your third eye, the magnificence of what's in your heart, and to allow the color, the sweet hues of all the colors of the spectrum to show themselves to you. It's a beautiful, simple meditation that you can do with your eyes open or with your eyes closed. It's an inner contemplation. It's your mystical bridge into you. I love love, and I encourage you to look into the love within inside of yourself so that you can nurture it and ask deeply in yourself what you can do to open to loving yourself more. And it's a live experience of being present with yourself. Holding you in deep, deep love. Thank you so much for being here with all of us this week. And I invite you to find one color in your heart. Just let your heart shine out to your perceptive mind, the color that it wants you to remember right this moment of its presence and its existence. Let your heart exist. Sending you all my love. Be good to yourself. Have a great week. And take a moment to check out my website at iyanalahi.com, IANALAHI.com. And please check in to all the course offerings and trainings that are there for you to enrich and deepen your experience with coming into wholeness and becoming one in you. Until next time, this is Ayanna Lahi. Much love to you.